some more exclusive news, and an interview with all that jazz. All this and more on this episode of the news. Welcome back to Stop Motion News, where we put the motion in stop motion. I'm your host, Chris Moon Animations, and we've got a pretty good news week this week, definitely compared to last week. So, grab your popcorn, get comfy, let's get right into it. Starting with Michael Zillicraft, who's given us some more information on his Kenobi and Tano series. So he has stated that he's given us some information. The first episode is currently in production, and here's some information about episode 1 from him. So, quote, the show will show the new life of both Kenobi and Ahsoka have to live. There might be some flashbacks to the Clone Wars and what Ahsoka has been doing after the final episodes of the Clone Wars, end quote. So yeah, this sounds like a really good idea for a series, especially I've always just kind of wondered what Ahsoka did between Rebels and after Clone Wars, so that'll be cool to see. Our next story is from Chromatic Studios, who's released a teaser for his Flash episode 4. In the video description, it says episode 4 is still in production, but episode 5 will be the season finale, and then he will also be exploring the multiverse, so that sounds pretty interesting. Peter Parker's Spider-Man Twisted Mind stop motion has finally re-begun filming again, and he should have a trailer out by the end of this month, and the film release date is October 31st as of now. Brand Animations has shown a very cryptic teaser for his Modern Warfare 2 stop motion. The only information he gave me about this film is just in a edgy text. It says, "Know your history," so it's very confusing, but I like what he's going with here. It's very cryptic. Yeah.
Never mind whether the promises are fulfilled or not.
Our last chance is in that gulag.
The disaster is coming closer and closer. The danger is real.
Hey! Who are you people? What do you want from me?
We want the numbers, Mason. That's all we've ever wanted.
Our next story is from Legendary Marvel Studios, who has shown a poster for his Captain America Part 3 stop motion. It will release on September 18th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be the final chapter of Captain America, aka Steve Rogers, in World War II. So it's pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. For our final story, before the interview, the boys at PCSM Productions have said that they are releasing a Winter Soldier stop motion, and they've given me a clip to show you all, and there's more stuff they're working on soon. They've got a lot of stuff planned, so we'll talk more about all that stuff on the next episodes, but I want to make this clip short because we've got a pretty long interview with all that jazz. So there's the clip. Alright, now, I hope you enjoyed that clip, and I'm going to take you to the interview with all that jazz 420. There we go. Alright, ladies and animators, I'm back with an interview time where we interview a creator. The creator today is a very special one. He has over 700 subscribers and loves to film on beds. His name is All That Jazz. Welcome, Jazz.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, so I have a couple questions for you first, then we'll get into the audience questions. So, my two questions for you, the first one is, What's your thoughts on the news today? It's a pretty good news week, I'd say.
I think it's looking pretty good. I'm excited for the Chromatic stuff and official Peter Parker's Twisted Mind SpiderMan thing. But I think that what I'm most excited for is the Michael Zillicraft's Kenobi and Tano series. Or is it a series or is it a
I'm
film?
pretty sure it's a series.
All right, yeah. That's like the idea of that is really interesting to me, especially after their last interactions in Clone Wars season 7. They were kind of like, they weren't really quite on good terms, so it'd be interesting to see if he explores some of that. But yeah, it just is a really interesting premise to me.
Yeah, I agree. And then we know you're working on a couple different projects. So do you have any updates on Doom, Maul 2, or Duel of Fates, or anything like that?
All right, so Doom should resume filming soon, and we're about 7 minutes in at this point. But the script is pretty much done. A little bit of finishing touches, but the filming is going to start up again soon. Maul 2 just started writing the script for that. Duel of the Fates already has the script done, the set built. It's just a matter of getting everything together and starting, because that's going to be a huge project.
Yeah.
And then I have recently started working on I'm not going to reveal it yet. You could call it a mystery film. It's really just it's untitled officially at this point. But I have been working on the script, and I will tell you it's going to be a very long one, because we're on scene 5, and it's already 22 pages long. So this is going to be a pretty ambitious project.
All right, that's very interesting. So now we're going to get into the Ask the Audience questions that people asked for you over on my Instagram. So if you want to participate in the next one, go follow me. But anyways, so the first question is, what inspired you to make a Doom film?
Okay, so I'm going to shout out Cybernerd Studios here, because he, on my Maul film, he commented something about how he loved that people were exploring more of the villains. And I actually replied, and I was like, now you got me thinking about a Doctor Doom film, because Doctor Doom is super underappreciated in animation and in film. Every time they've done an adaptation of him in Fantastic Four, it's always sucked.
Yep.
So I did some research on him, and I just started to love the character the more I got into it. And so this film is going to be an origin story for him. So it's kind of based off the comic series about his origin, kind of not. It's sort of like what they do with Marvel movies, where they take a certain storyline and adapt it. So yeah, that's pretty much the inspiration for Doom.
All right, sounds good. Another question is, when did you start collecting?
When did I start collecting? My birthday of 2016 is when I officially started collecting 6-inch figures. I got my first 6-inch figure. It was the Red Skull Onslaught Build-A-Figure Wave Captain America. Nice. And then that Christmas, I got a bunch of Rogue One Black Series figures and some more Marvel Legends. I just started collecting from there. But before that, I collected the 3 3/4 inch. I don't know if I'd really say collecting, because I wasn't really serious about it. I was just like, oh, look, it's an action figure. I want to buy it.
That's what I did too.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much just sort of all different kinds of stuff before 2016. And then after 2016, I really started to zero in on Marvel Legends and Black Series.
All right. Kind of following up on that, another question is, how did you start animation, and do you have an inspiration?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people that have inspired me. I guess you could say I started collecting because I actually saw some 3 3/4 inch Marvel Legends figures at the store, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're so articulated. And I accidentally put the 6-inch ones on my wish list. So people started getting me the 6-inch ones. So if I hadn't messed up that, I might not be collecting 6-inch figures today. But then I started watching reviews, and I saw Shartimus Prime's big time letdown SpiderMan segments, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. So I started making them, and then I saw Leo Legendary's Civil War series, and then I decided I wanted to make bigger ones, and then I just kind of went from there.
All right, and then for our final question, a lot of people have been wondering this. The crowd wants to know, will you ever remake Never Bring a Sword to a Gunfight?
Oh god. I have been thinking of what I've been thinking is to celebrate making it out of 2020. I'm going to re-premiere the private original Never Bring a Sword to a Gunfight publicly on January 1st, 2021. I was on a Discord call and we were talking about how funny that would be. So I'm thinking I might do that. And then you were?
Yeah.
That's right. I lose track of the Discord calls at this point. But I am thinking that, I don't know, maybe next year, whenever Hobo decides to do Nutcracker Part 2.
All right. Well, there's your answer, ladies and animators. So, thank you, Jazz, for coming on the show today. Go follow him. His links are in the description. Check out his videos. They're pretty good. They're very entertaining, so go check him out. And thanks again for coming on the show, Jazz, and have a good day.
Of course, thanks.
All right, bye.
Alright, thanks for watching this video. Please leave a like if you actually enjoyed this video and you want to see more of these. I'm getting really close to 200 subscribers, so I would really appreciate if you subscribe and help me get there. And if you want to see more of these videos, do all that stuff. And check out everyone mentioned, including all that Jazz. Thank you to him for doing that. And I also did a little story on my Instagram because I've gotten some, not complaints, but just remarks that I need to make these series more interesting for people to keep watching. So if you have any ideas on what I can do to make this series more interesting, leave that in the comments or on my Instagram story. So yeah. Anyways, without further ado, this is Chris Moon Animations signing out. See ya.
When you pay for all the clothes and then she says thank you bro, you're a simp. You're a simp, you're a simp, you're a simp, you're a simp. No, you've never been a pimp, you're a simp. You're a simp, you're a simp.